Depending on the character's roles, some liberties to keep the plot moving are unrealistic. What I'm focused on is learned behavior, something you see over time. That is why I like series, because it starts to develop a character into a person and it constrains the writer into how the character can react. If you violate the spirit of the character, then you soon will find interest in the books will disappear. While the thoughts are inspired by the book, it does not imply the writer intended to inspire the thoughts I have. I refer to the closet, and many will assume this applies just to the LGBTQ community. However, the way I describe the closet is the door is built of fear, but the walls are built by learned behavior. Coming out, we removed the door but didn't dismantle the walls. The decision to go into the closet was made just as fast as the decision to leave it. But that walls were built over a long time, strengthened often when you feel your behavior might reveal too much of who you are and risk being rejected. Fear of rejection could go from your religion, politics, moral code, sex, even relationships could end up putting you back into a closet. Ever hear about gaslighting? When a person blows up, might even turn violent. We want to avoid conflict, but if we can't talk to them to understand what is wrong, we are left to assume, and since all we must go on is what you did before they blew up, then it must be what you did, right? So we think, just don't do that again, and everything will be fine. And then it does, and so you decide this is another area to avoid. Eventually, you find all of you in the closet, and your self-esteem is damaged. You've changed so much, the person they fell in love with is gone, and they leave thinking it was all your fault. Worse, so will you. You did it all because they wouldn't communicate, but it was you that put up with it. Well, beyond the point that it was healthy. It will take you a long time to rebuild your self-esteem, if it is even possible, but all too often we will jump back into a new relationship mistaking sex as love. But intimacy is the missing key, and you can't find that unless you can deal with the damage done by your going into the closet in the first place. While the thoughts are inspired by the book, it does not imply the writer intended to inspire the thoughts I have. The attempt is to start a discussion and get people to think about human behavior from the perspective of the closet. How this might lead to problems that make friends or partners or even business relationships difficult. I can understand why some would dismiss this effort. I find reminders in how the characters behave with memories of my own experiences and then explore that aspect. It's meant to start people to think. It is not meant to imply I am right. If you do not share the ideals with others, then how will you know if you're right? When talking, the focus should be on challenging and exposing your ideals, not in changing other opinions. That would only lead to frustration, since the only person you can change is yourself.